Good evening, guys. Welcome back to the Global Racing Network. We're here once again for the Top Speed Racing League this evening. We are here at the sunny Imola this evening in northern Italy. We're about to get the session underway as we're just waiting for the final countdown to begin and for the session to start. So as always in the Top Speed Racing League, we have a one-shot qualifying followed by a 25% race. Everyone's got their own liveries in this league, so it'll be interesting to see how everybody gets on. Got a few newcomers tonight, which a few people, well, newcomers to this league, a few other people will recognise them from other streams here on the Global Racing Network, so it'll be interesting to see how they all get on as we make their way out of the final corner. We're about to get qualifying underway as Maestro leads us away, who has finally got a livery together for this league tonight. As we remember, last time out in Saudi Arabia, he was a very late arrival to the party, and he didn't get his livery ready, so he was in the AI cart for the minute. O'Sullivan Ryan had a good opening race last time out in his championship campaign as he makes his way around the hairpin, up the hill and then down towards Aqua Mineradi. Goes very wide on exit there. I'll be surprised if that one did not get invalidated. He must have lifted because he's managed to keep that one within the white lines. Your Tansik has crashed out already on this run. So, okay, that explains that one. Your Tansik is trying to do a last to first challenge, so that's why he is retired and gone to the back of the grid. But it'll be interesting to see who gets pole position here. There's a few. Tom's getting involved in there as they sprint to the line. I think it's Maestro who's going to get it, and it is indeed. Maestro takes pole with a 1:15.3. O'Sullivan Ryan nicks it on the line. What a quality it is for him. 1:15.3 for him. Only a fraction of a second off Maestro. Tom's in P4. DL Branco is Tom's P3. Sorry, DL Branco is down in P4 as I wait for the rest of the thing to come up. Donkey Max, not a great qualifying session from him. He is down in P5. NZ Pro, who recognised from GRL, is in tonight. He's qualified P6. Just Moman is P7. Colin, who we also recognise for GRL, making his Top Speed Racing League debut this evening. He's down in P8. EFF's P9. Jeff Schumacher's P10. Los Manigos, who we don't recognise from anywhere, he's an unknown quantity this evening. He's down in P11. Deadly Mosquito's P12, and Utansik is at the back. Let's wait for the countdown to get gone, and we're going to get underway here in Imola. It's going to be a 16-lap race this evening around the Autodromo Enzo Indino Ferrari as we wait for the grid to load in. Everyone to finish the formation lap, take their slots on the grid, and then we will be underway for the race. To wait for the countdown to get underway, and we'll be going green here in Imola. It's the round 3 of the Top Speed Racing League as Maestro is leading them off the grid for the formation lap as he leads us off the line for the formation lap. So it's Maestro on pole. O'Sullivan Ryan, also he had a good race last time out in Saudi Arabia, finished P4 there actually, so he did have a pretty solid race. Tom is down in P3, DL Branco P4, Donkey Max further down the order than he wouldn't have wanted this evening. He's P5, NZ Pro is down in P6, just Moman down in P7, Colin is P8, EFF is down the order a bit in P9, Jeff Schumacher is also down the order a little bit. He's starting P10 this evening, so he is definitely out of position. Los Manginos, obviously an unknown quantity, is down in P11. Deadly Mosquito is P12, and Utancic is at the back in P13, as Maestro's got very ahead of the field here on this formation lap. As it looks like O'Sullivan's just trying to get his tyres into some sort of window. He's backing up the field as much as he can. Re-emerge. Sullivan, he really is backing up the field. Maestro's trying to go as slowly as he can, so he's not going to be sat on the grid for an awful long time. Tom has just spun on the incident. Obviously that's reset him to the grid, and it's reset O'Sullivan Ryan to the grid, so them boys are going to be sat on cold tyres and they'll make their way into position. Maestro on pole, O'Sullivan Ryan alongside on arguably the cleaner side of the track for the first sort of 50 metres, and then Maestro will have the upper hand as the final cars slot into position. We're about to go green here for round 3 at the Top Speed Racing League here on the Global Racing Network. So we just wait for the final car to load in. O'Sullivan Ryan's taking his time, and he has reset as we go to 5 red lights here in Imola. It's lights out and away we go. Good getaway from Maestro, has a little bit of wheel spin. That's going to bring O'Sullivan Ryan alongside as they make their way down towards turn 1. O'Sullivan Ryan is into the lead before they even get to the corner, and it might not be done yet because Maestro is having to defend from Tom. Maestro's over the curb. It's very similar to what we saw Lewis Hamilton do in the main F1 this season as they made their way down towards Villeneuve for the first time. Maestro still going defensive. DL Branco forcing half of them off the track. Bit of contact in the middle. DL Branco down the order. And they're just about come away unscathed. So a man who has had a great start is Jeff Schumacher. He's up to 3rd place already after starting P10 on the grid. He's now into 2nd place as they make their way down towards Aqua Minerali. What a start it is from him. We've seen him get some absolute crackers so far this season, and that is another one there as they make their way out of Aqua Minerali down towards the 3rd and final chicane. We've got a spinner at the back, and I think it's Utancic. It is indeed. He's just got back going on his way, but O'Sullivan Ryan has already built up a 4-second gap to the rest of the leaders in this race. Utancic's got a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting, so I think he may have gone straight on at the chicane there as O'Sullivan Ryan sets the early pace as they make their way on to lap 2. We've got a yellow in sector 3, and I think that's the FF in the wall. It is indeed. He's lost a front wing in the process, so he is going to be making a very early pit stop in this race. As meanwhile, as these boys still battling, Jeff Schumacher's doing all the defending at the minute. Maestro's there, just Moman is also trying to get involved in that as well. As quite a few guys heading for the pit lane. NZ Pro, Tom, Go Prof, DL Branco and EFF all into the pits after lap 1, so they are all facing contact. It means they're going to get a battle at the field, but just not quite for the right positions. It'll be over the final points position this evening. Places 1 to 10 get points in this league. They make their way down towards the chicane once again. Jeff Schumacher defending well, but O'Sullivan Ryan is just running away at the front with this. 4.7 is the gap now between him and Jeff Schumacher, but Jeff Schumacher is doing all the defending as they make their way into the second to last corner once again, and he's just holding them up as much as he can. O'Sullivan Ryan 1:17.6 on that lap. I'll be very surprised if any of these boys behind him match that. Colin has, to be fair. behind. He's done a 1:17.5, so going slightly quicker, which means he should be catching up to this little battle in front, which is involving Jeff Schumacher and Maestro. He's going to have to dispatch of Just Momad first. There is Colin behind. As meanwhile, the battle rages on for second place. So we're going to have a look at the back of the field. It's getting a little bit hairy at the back. NZ Pro's doing all the defending from Tom and DL Branco. This is a battle we want to see. NZ Pro going defensive to the outside. That's an interesting line. Is he going to pull it back into the Tamburello chicane? Yes, he is. And they're still battling away. EFF must have had another moment, because he is still running at the back. He could really do with a safety car, to be fair, if he wants to try and get back into this race. Meanwhile, back at the front, Jeff Schumacher still doing all the defending. Has a little bit of a hairy moment on exit there. Just about catches the rear end of the car as we go on board with Maestro down the front straight. He's got DRS on Jeff Schumacher and swoops past him as well. Just Moman is also going to have DRS just to close the gap to this lot in front. Jeff Schumacher loses position there. He's going to have to battle away with Maestro, Just Moman. He is losing a little bit of pace in that orange and black machine at the minute. As meanwhile, at the front, the gap is starting to decrease. Maestro, obviously being released into clean air, is starting, the gap's down to 3.9 seconds, 3.8 now to O'Sullivan Ryan, and Maestro's just done the fastest sector 2 of anybody so far in the race, so that is definitely going to bring him into play. Meanwhile, Just Moman is trying to get past a falling down the order Jeff Schumacher, who had a great start. We've seen him get some excellent starts this season, but he's just not quite had the race pace just to hold on. And Just Moman is got DRS to the inside, and a little bit of a wheel bang between the two of them. That could have ended a bit hairy, but he gets the move done. I don't know if there might have been a little bit of lag involved in that one as well, which is inevitable in online racing. But Jeff Schumacher will live to fight another day from that one. Meanwhile, further down the order, Tom is trying to get past DL Branco for the final points place. As these boys very far off the back of the field now. Deadly Mosquito's in 9th and DL Branco's 15.8 seconds behind him. So plenty of work to do for them if they're going to get back in this race. Obviously Deadly Mosquito will have to make a pit stop, because he has not made one yet. It's only them 4 at the back who have made pit stops so far. Meanwhile, Just Moman has dispatched a Jeff Schumacher, has broken away, and meanwhile Utancic is disqualified for track limits, so he's been going too much over the curbs. That is him out of the race. Utancic going far too aggressive with that, and he got punished for it appropriately. Meanwhile, Jeff Schumacher and Donkey Max are into the pit lane. Jeff Schumacher's actually getting a new front wing, so I'm wondering if he has had some damage from an incident. And back at the front, Colin trying to get past Just Moman. This is now over the final podium place. Lap 6 out of 16 here at Imola. And Colin still battling away as much as he can. Just trying to keep himself within touching distance. Goes a little bit deep into Aqua Mineradi, but doesn't get a penalty because he lifts off. Right on board with Colin going down the hill. There's Just Moman in front of him with For some strange reason, is a follow light coming on. Well, at one point it was. It's gone off now, but very unusual. And just Moman is into the pit lane, so he is taking an early stop, which, given the situation, probably isn't a bad idea. Meanwhile, Donkey Max and Jeff Schumacher just come out the pit lane. They're going to be wanting to try and get past just Moman if they can. And I think he's just going to come out ahead, and we have a safety car, and that is because NZ Pro has had a crash down at the third chicane, so that is really going to shake the order up. That's going to bring AFF back into play. He was going to be hoping for a safety car at some point due to how far he is down. And there is NZ Pro, well, was there on the inside. He's had a crash in the chicane, so that is his race over and done with, as Dio Branco's taken the opportunity and boxed again. Donkey Max has done a 2-stop, and so has Tom. Tires to go to the end of the race now. Now the question is, will the race leaders pit? I think the problem answer to that is going to be yes. O'Sullivan Ryan is in for his stop, as expected really. He needs to get on a fresh set of tyres and try and go to the end of the race if he can. It'll be the medium tyres going on his car. He's done very well, to be fair, to get them soft compounded tyres to lap 8. And he's going to be able to try and go a little bit further in this race as well, which is good news for him. And he's still going to come out in the race lead after all of that. Everyone else already making a pit stop as he overshoots the safety car slightly. Didn't realise the Mercedes-Benz safety car was parked on the inside and had to slam on the brakes to get behind that one. At the same time, even though this is the case, O'Sullivan Ryan is going to have all the defending to do on the restart, because he did have a gap of 3.5 seconds up until that safety car point. Obviously the field is going to get very bunched up very quickly now, and it's going to bring everyone else back into play. As the grid just forming up behind the safety car now. And this is going to make the rest of the race interesting again, because obviously the field is going to be bunched up. It's a bit of a shook around order, to be fair, as it is. A lot of the front runners who would normally expect to be at the front are down the order. Donkey Max being one of them, our championship leader, is down in P8 at the minute. However, he has got onto a fresh set of tyres, so he will try and go to the end of the race on a 2-stop strategy. Deadly Mosquito is making another pit stop by the looks of things. I think that's going to be 2 stops for him now, because I think he did come in originally when the safety car came out. Soon find out. No, he must have not, so he's clearly stayed out and not made his stop. So he's made his stop now and is to the back of the field currently. As we get ready to restart. this Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Hopefully the safety car should be coming in this lap. If not, it will be the next lap. It has been out there for 3 laps now, because the safety car came out on lap 6, lap 7, so it should be in, and it is in now. So we've got the message from race control, the safety car is coming in at the end of this lap, and it's now down to O'Sullivan Ryan to pace the field. It's his first time he's done this in this league, so it'll be interesting to see how he gets on. He's got a 5-second penalty for a touch with Maestro before the restart has even got underway. As he waits to go, he's holding up the field as long as he can, and he's gone now. O'Sullivan Ryan gets away, and the restart is underway, but them two are now on penalty, so that is going to play into the hands of everybody else as they make their way down towards turn 1. Collins looking to try and make a move on Maestro anyway on the road, just to try and get up the order, and Maestro's not get a good getaway at all. He's coming under attack from Colin here as they make their way into Villeneuve chicane. He's making their way through, and there's a bit of contact in the background. That's Los Mangos round, and I think DL Branco was involved in that one as well, and that might be one for the steward's room later on. It looked like there was some definite contact between the two of them. So Los Mangos drops out of the points and into the last place currently. And I think he's spun it again. I think he's lit up his tyres. He's just going to need to cool them down, cool his head, and get back into this as much as he can. As meanwhile, bit of a train forming up. Jeff Schumacher is back at the front. He's going to try and battle away. He's battling away with just Moman at the minute as they make their way down the hill. So Sullivan, Ryan and Maestro pulling away at the front on the restart. And Jeff Schumacher is into the pit lane. Has he got any damage? I don't think he has. I think he's just pulled into the pit lane for a tyre swap, which is very interesting indeed. Maybe he just thinks they're just not quite right. And DL Branco has retired in the pit lane, so his day is done as well. That means if Los Mangos finishes now, he's going to finish in the points. As long as he finishes the race. Obviously if he DNFs, he won't score points this time round. Just Moman is doing all the defending from Colin at the minute. Tom's getting involved in that one as well. Donkey Max, the championship leader, is going to get involved in this one as well. It's getting a bit sketchy between these lot. As meanwhile, Colin goes for the move into the chicane. That's a very big lunge, and he's got it stopped and got the move done. A little bit of a tag slapper from just Moman on exit. Tom has to take a little bit of avoiding action there, and I think he's just about missed it. As they make their way back up the hill. Tom's doing all the defending here. Just Moman trying to stay ahead of Tom. Tom cuts ahead of him in front, and just Moman loses the position, and Donkey Max is next to try and get past him as well. As they make their way down towards Villeneuve once again. Moman hanging on by the skin of his teeth, just a bit further up the road. Tom's trying to get past Colin now. This is for the final podium place. A little bit of a tank slapper from just Moman on exit. That's going to draw Donkey Max alongside him. Donkey Max into the... just before Aqua Minerali. They're going to go side by side down into Aqua Minerali. Bit of contact between the two of them. That's going to get a bit hairy. Donkey Max backs out of it in the end. They just about keep it out of the walls. Meanwhile, Tom trying to go down the inside of Colin. That's not going to work there. So he'll have to live to fight another day. But Tom's got a bare exit, and he's going to try and fly around the outside of Colin. And Tom gets up into third place. That's good from him, and all that battling has allowed Maestro and O'Sullivan Ryan to pull away from the rest of the field once again. Meanwhile, Just Moman defending from Donkey Max. Donkey Max has got DRS, Just Moman has got DRS to defend. He has to concede the position for now, but he might come back down into the Tamburello chicane, goes to the inside, can't quite get it done there, has to back out of it. He almost thought about a lunge up the inside there. Thought better of it in the end. O'Sullivan Ryan still leads the way. That's Jeff Schumacher down at the final corner having a spin by the looks of things, or there may have been some contact with Los Manginos. I'm not 100% sure. We'll find out after the race. O'Sullivan Ryan still pulling away though. Tom's still trying to get past Colin, as Colin has re-intercepted third place. Made their way through the final chicane once again. Tom once again, better exit down the hill on them soft tyres. He's going to draw alongside Colin. Is Colin going to defend it? No, tucks in, but Colin will get DRS going down the front straight. So will Donkey Max though. Donkey Max will be eyeing up a move here if he can make one, as they both get DRS down the front straight. Donkey Max will try and make a move here on board with Donkey Max. Colin will go first on Tom. Tom's going to be a little bit of a sitting duck here. Colin gets back in third place, and a bit of contact between Tom and Donkey Max as they go into Tamburello. Donkey Max has to concede. Tom's going to try and come back if he can. Can't quite get it done going into Villeneuve. So he'll have to live to fight another day. Once again, they're still pulling the gap at the front. O'Sullivan Ryan still pulling the gap over Maestro. Obviously penalties to serve at the end of the race. Tom's going to try and make a move, and who's that? Oh, Colin is going slowly and went defensive. I don't know what quite happened there. It looked like there may have been a little bit of an infringement there. It seemed like Donkey Max may have just had overspeed and was catching onto the back of them very quickly, or just trying to go defensive, and they both just got caught out in it. Colin retakes third place. Again, that might be one for the steward's room later on tonight as they make their way down towards Villeneuve once again. Tom trying to set up a move if he can. You can't quite find a race pass. Tom's going to have to go around the outside into the hairpin. I think he might get it done, you know. I think he swept round the outside of Colin. Tom is up into third place. Really good move from there as they made their way down towards Aqua Mineradi once again. Colin still trying to get back past, and has got a 3-second time penalty for track limits, going very wide there. So that's going to bring Donkey Max back into play. Come the end of the race. So Sullivan Ryan still leads the way. And we'll see if he wins at the end. I'm just going to look at Race Director, see what penalty he's got. O'Sullivan Ryan. O'Sullivan Ryan is on 10 seconds currently, and Maestro is also on 10 seconds, so they're going to have to pull away from the field as much as they can if they're going to hold on to them positions. O'Sullivan Ryan has a bit of a hairy moment there. That's Donkey Max is now trying to dispatch a Colin. Tom has broken away from these two on the final lap of the race. And Donkey Max will try and make the move if he can, but I don't think he's going to be able to make it for now. So Sullivan Ryan He's going to come home to take first place on the road. We'll have to wait and see what penalties suffice. Maestro's on the same amount of penalties for him, so he'll finish behind O'Sullivan Ryan anyway. Checker flag is out. O'Sullivan Ryan crosses the line. Maestro comes home for second place on the road. I think Tom is going to win it, and he is indeed. Tom wins. Donkey Max comes home second. Colin comes home third in all that. And that is shaking up the order. Just Moment comes home for P4. So Sullivan Ryan comes home for P5. Maestro's home for P6. Deadly Mosquito P7. EFF's P8. And Los Manginos is going to score points and come home P9. Jeff Schumacher will come home P10. What a great race that was. Plenty of action once again all over the track. Couple of dramas. Like I say, incidents will be looked at after the race, but that is the provisional race result. Tom takes the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix here in the Top Speed Racing League, away from O'Sullivan Ryan and Maestro. Like I say, incidents will be looked at later on, but we'll find out what happens. Guys, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.